Hi everyone, my name is Kayla. Welcome back to Kay's Hidden Shelf, where we talk about books. Today I'm going to share with you my spoiler-free review for The Coward by Stephen Aryan. This is book 1 in the Quest of Heroes duology. This is a fantasy with a quest to save the 5 kingdoms, only this story sheds a different light on the brave hero setting out on the quest. This is the tale of Cal Cressida. He was a hero and legend at only 17 years old. 10 years have passed since then, and the threat to the 5 kingdoms has come once again. But Kel has a secret, and one he hasn't shared with anyone. That is, he's a coward with no intention of helping anyone. What captured me right away was the characters, their individual circumstances, their impact on Kel and his quest. All of this kept me wanting to read. We see multiple perspectives throughout this story from Kel, Reverend Mother Brittac, Princess Secret, and Garen. Each of these characters had different impacts, some more than others, though they all had interesting character developments or impacts to the story. Kel being the cowardice hero, Garen a young man hoping to make his own name and a legend for himself as he follows Kel on his quest. Reverend Mother Brittac is a highly powerful religious figure with questionable motives, and Princess Sigrid is a young woman attempting to make a future for herself. Each of these characters had a different impact on the story, and how the author wove all of it together was really interesting to me. The Coward does well at showing all of these different characters in a way that flows well with the story. There were many moments in this that felt like an exploration of these characters, some I haven't even mentioned, and all of it felt individual to these characters, but not that it took away from the main story or the main character at all. It was done in such a way that was fluid with the story with our main character, and we still got to see more of an in-depth look into all of these different characters we meet. There's also a nice balance of action and travel in this, along with this character exploration. One aspect of the character's exploration that I really enjoyed and felt was portrayed very well was how someone's circumstances, their past can haunt them, and the representation for PTSD. The world was diverse in different characters of culture, different terrains and lands. It was a joy to go in depth into this world, but in a way that continued to work well with the characters, the story, and not overly be in your face. It felt natural. The pacing of The Coward was slow to medium, and I did find myself more invested in the characters, though the story and execution of it was well done. There is a lot that I enjoyed in this, but I did find some aspects or parts of the story to be a bit repetitive for my liking. The Coward is the kind of story that pays off the more you read and has many classic fantasy tropes, such as the adventure or quest trope and found family. Also seeing a spin on the brave hero setting out on the quest, when in actuality this hero is a bit of a coward and doesn't want to be doing these quests and risking his life, was really interesting to me and refreshing. I especially loved how Stephen Aryan portrayed PTSD in this, how someone's choices can affect not only the moment, but their future and impact their perspectives. I listened to The Coward on audiobook along with the physical copy. I do have to say the narrator, Matt Wycliffe, did a great job at narrating the different characters and bringing the story to life. This has religious influences, political intrigue, great action scenes, a high-stakes quest, great character development, and one of my favorite tropes, which is the found family trope. The Coward does set up for book 2 in the duology, The Warrior, which has an expected release date, I believe, for August 9th of this summer, so 2022. And overall, I gave The Coward 4 out of 5 stars. There was a lot I enjoyed in this, though there were some areas that didn't quite fit to my liking. I can see where any classic fantasy reader would enjoy this, and I am looking forward to The Warrior Book 2 in the duology and the conclusion of this story. Thank you so much everyone for watching. As always, take care of yourselves. I truly appreciated the representation that we see for PTSD in this, how realistic or real it felt, the tone of it. All of it was just executed in a way that made it feel grounded, not as though it was a fantasy character experiencing trauma. It felt like a real person experiencing trauma. I truly appreciated that representation. It's not often I see that in books because these quests that heroes go on can often be detrimental to their mental health. They come back alive, but did they truly survive? I digress. It was beautifully represented. I really appreciate what Stephen Aryan did with that representation and shedding some light on the truths behind PTSD.